Who here has ever had butterflies in your stomach or become nervous when about to confront a stranger? My name is Troy, and I'll be talking about the uncertainty reduction theory. The idea of uncertainty reduction is to basically obtain enough motivation to interact with someone you are uncertain about. The three things that I'll be covering in this presentation is the negativity effect and predicted outcome values. Second, how I communicated before learning about this eye-opening topic, and lastly, how I have altered my communication since. My first main point is that uncertainty reduction theory covers the process of first impressions and thoughts we have during an initial interaction. When we see a person that we are attracted to or someone that just looks interesting, we commonly go through a thought process in our head and question our motives and uncertainty for whether or not to interact with this interesting looking person. I studied an article by Gina Yu from the University of Missouri called Uncertainty Reduction and Information Valence Tests of Uncertainty Reduction Theory, Predicted Outcome Values, and Alternative Explanation. During a first impression, the negative effects stick with us and stand out to us much more than the positives. And as far as the predicted outcome values, most often people seek to maximize relational outcomes by minimizing the costs and maximizing rewards through an assessment of how the reaction will result, how the interaction will result. My second main point, before I learned this concept, I communicated by entering a situation with an often overconfidence and no real, strategic plan. I didn't assess my uncertainty, and I'd often take a deep breath, just go for it by approaching another individual without really giving the outcome or the actual conversation much thought. And I often ended up looking stupid or making the situation very uncomfortable and awkward for both myself and the other person. After I, did some research and we learned about this topic in class, I feel like I have a lot more knowledge now, and I truly think that I'll think about the situation before diving in, making a fool out of myself. For example, now I think about whether or not the other person looks like they actually want to be approached, or if they, look like they're having fun with their friends, if they look like, they don't really want to, have their night interrupted. Another thing is to look for signs if the other person looks at me or if they're trying to make eye contact, things like that. The uncertainty reduction theory is the initial motivation we have to interact with one another and to reduce uncertainty about others. But rather than stressing over a simple interaction with a stranger, think about how you can approach someone in a respectful, mature, confident way while minimizing the negatives that are sure to hurt your first impression. Thanks.